Janelle is so backwards, and I really wasn't going to talk about her. I haven't talked about her in a few days. Really, once that whole photo shoot she did with her and David came out, and she wrote this glowing comment, caption, whatever you call it, for him on IG, I was just completely done because I'm like, she's lost. She's lost. Like, I understand that she's in a toxic relationship. I understand that David is probably doing some things that are not okay. Not probably, he is. I get that she's in a relationship that's very volatile and it is scary to leave when you're in those situations. But the way that she's going about it shows that she has no concern for her children also being in the same situation. And for the child Jace who got out of the situation, it seems like to me she has a lot of disdain for him. Okay, excluding him from her unit because she puts up that whole photo shoot, right? And of course, all the comments are like, girl, what the F? You're literally choosing this horrible, horrible swamp monster of a man over your child. Your child, your first child. You know what I mean? The child that has seen everything. You're choosing this gutter snipe. I learned this new word. Over your son. That is why people are upset. So she goes and makes this effing TikTok talking about some, I don't understand why people are trying to say I need to choose. David is a part of the family too. He's a part of my family too. I've known him since 2015. No. I don't understand why I should have to choose. Not realizing in all of her statements, she's letting people know that she has in fact chosen. She has chosen a man in her relationships over her children. She kept bringing up the fact that, oh, what am I just supposed to be single for the rest of my life? Girl, who said that? Who said you had to be single for the rest of your life? Everyone is just saying, get the F away from this deranged, unhinged man that is David Eason. Get the F away from him. Ever since you got in contact with him, your shit has gone downhill. You have been in conflict. You have been in civil unrest. You have been in some foolishness since he has come into your life. You already had mess, prior to that. But I think that she could have got her mess handled and on the right track if this monster David didn't come into her life and completely take over everything. Okay? And now he's sitting there living off of her with no job, able bodied, no job, wanting to be a rap star. Okay? And then I think I just saw this, I think she put it on TikTok or did she put it on IG? But I saw it on Twitter where she's over there making foo-foo because the guy from the African restaurant gave her a recipe. I'm pretty sure this is the same guy that, like, once he posted that Janelle and David were there and he got a whole bunch of comments, he immediately took that picture down. So they're over there making foo-foo, eating with their hands because that's what they were doing prior, and everybody had comments about that, and they just want people to know, hey, you can eat with your hands. It's a cultural thing. No, honey. Like, please. That is not even the same thing. Like, please stop it. She is the deflector of the universe. It's effing insane how she does and how she works. Like, we see it. We see it. So now, she's been in a war of the headlines and a war of writing articles with Shane and Whitney, who have released her text messages. Well, not her text messages, the text messages with David and Whitney. And then she tried to come out saying that those text messages were photoshopped and released text messages off of David's phone where he had a whole bunch of shit deleted, not even the same time frame we were talking about. Foolishness. Just foolishness. And then now we're seeing that she's releasing audio of her and Barbara. Barbara, who has taken in and has raised her child since infancy. The one who stepped up to the plate and has gotten him in therapy, gotten him on medication, where Jace ran back to when he did not want to be with his mother because he felt scared. You're going to release audio and call her a toxic parent. The irony. I don't know if she knows what that word is, but honey, like, you consistently are throwing rocks when you live in a fucking glass house. Fabergé, fragile as fuck. Like, you're calling everybody else toxic when you are in fact the most toxic being in this whole scenario besides David. How are you going to release audio on Barbara? Because you want to deflect attention away from you choosing a man over your son. And everybody has shit to say about that. Do you not know that nobody cares? Nobody cares. Everybody saw the story on Teen Mom for years of how Barbara stepped up to the plate for you, begged you to be involved in your son's life. We saw you on all types of drugs, all types of men, all types of partying, all types of everything, but being where your son needed you to be. We saw you lie your fucking ass off and then make your son lie, try to make your son lie about gun use. You had him in a, like, very, very volatile situation, going down, chasing a guy, a grown-ass man in a truck, which is so strange that the deranged man, David Eason, even knew that that was the fucking wrong. He said, you don't follow no grown-ass man home. Even he knew that. And then you want to lie about it. All these things are why people are focusing in on Janelle and not Barbara. Like, she did her best of the situation she was given, in my opinion. Okay? So Janelle wanting to release audio on her mom, I just think is so effed up. It's so tacky. It just shows how low she will go and how she's really not thinking how any of this makes her look. Like, she's not thinking at all. Like, the weed that they're smoking, allegedly, whatever the F they're doing out on the land, you need to stop it because it has y'all's mind all types of jack the fuck up. Y'all aren't thinking things through. You're just acting impulsively, and you're not thinking things through all the way. So let's see what this audio is that Janelle thinks is going to sway our opinions on her and how horrific of a parent she's been. And, you know, like, we don't care. Okay, before we get into the audio, Rue is an account on Twitter who seems to be connected to Janelle, the Easons, the Evans, some type of way, because they have accurate information and they release things that, you know, ahead of time, things we wouldn't know. You know, this is somebody who knows what's going on. So this is Rue. About an hour ago, after the Janelle and what's his face released the audio of Barbara, they stated, she hates seeing Jace happy with Babs, to the point that she'll throw him under the bus on his upcoming court date, thinking it makes Babs look bad. Blinded with hatred. If she really cared about Jay's happiness, and I'm gonna add expected, you know, wanted him back, you know, in her home, which not gonna happen if David's still there, which we know she's definitely chosen him over Jay's. So if she cared about Jay's happiness, which allegedly it does not seem like she does, in my opinion, it definitely feels like she has her own family unit that she's made, Kaiser, Inslee, David, and her, and now she is seeing Jace as an outlier. Apparently, and then she says, then why does Kaiser have all of his clothes and things? So apparently, the clothes and other things that Jace left behind when he escaped off the land have been given to Kaiser as like hand-me-downs. Someone said, so that's why Kaiser got new/used clothes recently. The clothes Jace left behind, she gave to Kaiser. If she cared anything about herself, if she cared about anything outside of herself, Little Nugget might still be alive. I even rooted for her when she left, but now she's made a mockery of DV and MH, and I'll never support her again. She only cares about Janelle. Right, didn't she make a whole, like, docuseries, like mini docuseries, of when she escaped from the land and went to go live in like freaking Tennessee, I think, and had her apartment and had the kids, and Barbara was there trying to help her get shit together. Like, she was gone. She made a whole docuseries. She wrote out all the instances that David has caused harm, and here she goes right back with him and wants to be releasing audio pretty much because she feels embarrassed that all her shit is being exposed. So she feels like, okay, I'm gonna expose Whitney and Shane, I'm gonna expose Barbara, not knowing that it makes her look so bad, so bad. I could read these comments all day long. They're all horrible. We're all on one accord that Janelle is just simply not going about this in the right way. She could have redeemed herself so many times, and she's just chosen to go the opposite route and just stick by her man through thick and thin, through better or worse. I mean, I guess that's marriage, but your children really do come first, not your husband. And especially if your husband is harming your children and you and the family pets, you really need to rethink what's going on and the decisions that are being made. But she's made her bed and she's lying in it. Something else really random that I've seen on my timeline before we get to the audio is that Snoop Dogg is quitting smoking. He has announced this via a Instagram post asking for privacy. He says he's giving up smoking. After much consideration and conversation with my family, I've decided to give up smoke. Please respect my privacy at this time. Signed, Snoop Dogg. Like, what is going on in 2023? 2020 was a wild one. 2023 is an even wilder one. Like, all the divorces, all the marriages, relationships, war, just all types of shit. And upon all of that, Snoop Dogg, who has been a heavy smoker for umpteen years, probably my whole lifespan. I'm 30 years old. He's been a heavy smoker for all these years. He's deciding to quit smoking. And I think it's interesting because I did see this report come out that they're saying studies that weed can affect like stroke and like heart conditions and stuff like that. And I find it interesting now that weed has become legal in many states that now this is an issue. Now this is coming out, when before we did not get these issues with using weed. It was the all natural, you know, it's herbs medicine. Now all of a sudden it's having issues with your heart and possible strokes, from what I was reading when I saw that article pop up. It wasn't even an article. It was kind of like one of those posts that you see come on from like Pop Base or Pop Crave or something like that. And I was like, interesting, now that it's legal in a lot of places. And it does give concern because we know how the government works. I do think, you know, my little conspiracy tin hat on, that they're trying to kill us out here in different ways. And they know people love to smoke. We love to smoke our weed. They made it legal. Now they're going to put all types of fucking, you know, fuck shit in it to harm people. You know, I truly do. I could see some truth being there for that, because they're trying to population control. I don't know, whatever the fuck, but I do not trust the government. I don't trust it at all. And now the dispensaries have the weed out, and who knows what's happening with that. Now that it's being regulated, you know, and that it's free for everybody. Of course they had to go and fuck it up. But that was just a side note that I thought was interesting. So sorry about the little tangent. Let's finally get into this audio that Janelle has released. As we know, she has her little clickbait website where she pushes out written articles by her and David Easton, but she's calling it JE Staff. That's just her and David in her she shed. So they have posted this. So let me click on the little link. It says exclusive. Source shares shocking audio. The source is you, Janelle. Source shares shocking audio of Barbara Evans, Janelle Eason's, opens up about toxic parent. And they have this picture of Barbara and Janelle, and like with this jagged cut through it, like separate. Like, I cannot believe that you are willing to like ruin the relationship with your own mother. Like, Janelle, Barbara is not going to be around forever. She's up there in age. Like, you should cherish your mom. Like, Barbara did nothing but try to help. What did she say the best things all the time? No. But she was trying to help. She was busting her ass dealing with you, your kids, her other kids, and their kids, all while working at Walmart and filming an MTV show. She tried her fucking best. And she must have done an alright job, because Jace would rather be with her than rather be with Janelle. So she posted this. Janelle Eason is known for, why does she always start? We know what the fuck you're known for, girl. We know. And then now she's adding stuff. Now she's adding that she's known for MTV. She's known for being an influencer on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. She's adding shit. This shit is hilarious. Recently, in the past few months, Barbara Evans has been sharing personal false allegations about Janelle Evans' son to the media. No, she hasn't. What is she talking about? Which calls CPS to open an investigation against Janelle Eason. Your son ran away for the third time in under like 2 months. That is why. And he went to the hospital and he had marks on him and shit. That is why a CPS court investigation has been opened. She takes ownership for nothing. This is not Barbara's fault. You freaking, oh my God. Stop smoking the wacky weed out on the land. It's making you fucking deranged, please. She says Janelle Eason shares exclusively her concerns she has about Barbara Evans' shocking verbal abusive behavior in Eason's own past. I have always been concerned for the environment of my son when he's not in my care. But yet your son wants to be back in that environment because the environment that you have provided, he has deemed an issue. So if you think her environment is concerning, your environment is damn near detrimental, okay? Which is why CPS is on your fucking ass. Madness. They're crazy. Absolutely crazy. I know the childhood I grew up in, and it wasn't calm or quiet. My mother's behavior never seemed to change from the way she treated me and my siblings growing up. Constant screaming, yelling, cussing at us kids because you weren't listening. Does she forget that we watched Teen Mom? Did she forget we watched it? Oh my gosh. One time my mom had a mental health breakdown, threatened to drive her car off of a cliff because she couldn't handle us kids anymore. Are you serious, Janelle? You would put that information out there about your mother having a mental breakdown when she was literally trying to keep you all together? She was trying to raise you and your children that you had? And you're going to say that you're concerned because she had a nervous breakdown? What is your excuse, Janelle, for acting in the way that you're acting? Let's please tell us your excuse, because you've had it made. You have had a job with MTV that paid you bukus to sit up there and act fucking ignorant, okay? Even nodding off on camera. Now you have nothing to show for it. You don't have a 9-to-5 in which we work. You can get on OnlyFans and get all these people wanting to buy your fucking pictures for whatever reason. Your husband doesn't fucking work, and y'all are out there on the land in the she shed chilling. What difficulties are you going through? Your mother had it fucking hard dealing with all y'all, trying to get y'all all to fuck together. And given the situation that you have, that's pretty fucking easy, you still did not manage to do right by your kid, your oldest child, Jace. You had it all, and you still did nothing. Barbara was struggling. And look, she still has your child. He still wants to be with her, not you. This is crazy. I don't even want to read her foolishness anymore. Where's the audio? I don't because she's just going to be talking shit. That doesn't even make sense. Here's the audio.
You know, Janelle, you're a piece of shit of a mother.
That's Barbara saying, you know, Janelle, you're a piece of shit of a mother. This is a voicemail. I mean, that's accurate. She is a piece of shit of a mother, in my opinion. Allegedly. She's speaking truth.
Call
She is hella ungrateful. She is the most ungrateful person. She literally has she ever thanked Barbara for raising her child? Has she ever thanked her for literally coming in when she could not because she was unfit? She is ungrateful, and all the other stuff that she has done with her and for her throughout the years, coming to her rescue when David was fucking tripping, when you were scared for your life. You are ungrateful, Janelle. You are literally releasing this because Barbara's saying and thinking everything that we are. She's crazy. Janelle is crazy. She's fucking lost it. She's lost the plot. How is this going to make Barbara look bad in your eyes? Everything she's saying about you is 100% accurate. We've watched you on Teen Mom for years.
Funny at kids all the time.
Yep.
Now they gotta wait a whole week to get them. How dare you do
Hold on, she put...
You could not even wait. You knew I was coming to get those kids their Easter things I got them. How ungrateful are you? You put yourself in front of your kids.
Yep. She puts herself in front of her kids all the time. Accurate, 100%, 1,000% accurate. Barbara is not wrong, Janelle. How are you going to put this out thinking this, like, wanting people to feel bad for you and like we about to have sympathy? She's speaking truth.
Now they gotta wait a whole week to get them. How dare you do this? Well, this is gonna show up in court. You wait and see.
Yep.
Because I'll tell them what kind of mother you really are.
Yes, tell him, Barbara.
Yeah.
Bye. How is that so bad? How is that so abusive? How is that so above board? She told you about your fucking self. And you need that. That went in one ear and out the fucking other. And I hope it shows up in court. And I hope she tells the court exactly what kind of mother you have been. Which is not one. At least not to Jace. Because he pieced out. I still can't wrap my head around the fact that she thinks it's perfectly okay that her son has ran away from her home after she got custody 3 times in like a month. That's madness. And is not embarrassed about that and is okay with showing her face and going to the schools and this, that, and other. Crazy. She's not in our reality, y'all. So that's the latest update with the Eastons/Evans. I guess Jace has a court case coming up here shortly where they're going to revisit the situation, how he's doing with Barbara. I'm hoping that they figure out that maybe he can just permanently stay with Barbara. I feel like that would ease his mental, that would ease his just anxiety so much to know that you do not have to go back to where you don't want to be. And it's permanent, it's documented, it's in court filings, and it's fucking done. There's none of the back and forth, there's none of the wondering and worrying, none of that. So I'm hoping that he can get that, because I think, being 14 is such a difficult age in general. So much is happening hormonally, there's just so much fucking happening when you're 14 years old, going on to be 15. Such a sensitive age, and you really need stability, and you really need people who are going to support you, and help you make the right decisions as you grow up to be a young adult, going on to be, in high school and being 18 and figuring out what you want to study for college, and making those big decisions. You need stability behind you, and it's just sad that Janelle could not be that for her son. Instead, it has to be his grandmother, who is over 70 years old, who just wants to chill and have peace for the rest of her days. So yeah, that is the update. I hope that you guys enjoyed the little video. We are definitely rooting for Jason in this situation, and Janelle can go suck it. Fuck her. Literally fuck her. Just so wrong, the shit that she's doing. But I will see you guys in another video. Bye-bye.